What's going on, guys? I'm Weston Mack, and welcome back to One More Minute, the show where each day I get 1 more minute to talk about whatever I want. And you might notice I'm in a bit of a different environment. And that is because I'm now back at college, and I'm back at Sam Houston, and you'll be probably seeing this background or some version of it over the course of the next few months evolve and change, and maybe even be a different wall or whatever. But welcome to the college era. I think now we're out of the beginning stages of 1 more minute. We're now jumping into the next section, I would say. When planning out 1 more minute, I kind of generally knew how each it's almost like planning out like a season of like a special or whatever, or like a show, where basically I'm kind of planning out, okay, where am I going to be at this time, and can I film during this time? How am I going to film during this time? So the first 13 days I knew was going to be different from the next 3 months compared to the middle 3 months during summer, compared to the fall semester, and compared to all the other stuff. So this will be a different version of 1 more minute. This will be continuation, but I will be evolving the show as we go along. So, I was going to talk a little bit about rehashing some apartment stuff from the old moving video as well, and going over that a little bit more detail, and also some school stuff as well. So speaking of apartments, we'll go over that first. So as you can see, I have an apartment, which is the nicest thing in the world, and but this did not come about in the nicest way. And I'm going to put a big disclaimer where these are my stories and my own testimonies, and that not everything is Sam Houston's fault, just some of it. So don't come sue me if I say anything that's like legally liable, Sam Houston. I'm not going to say anything bad. You just scare me sometimes. Anyways, so originally, whenever you're a freshman at most colleges, you normally have to live on campus at least one semester, like 1 year as a freshman. If you're designated as a freshman, you're normally required to live on campus. This is an interesting requirement, and the one thing I don't like about it is that it prevents people who want to get an actual apartment, like a place like this, can't, and they're forced to live in a dorm. So other than that, I think it is a pretty interesting idea. I mean, it's not like it's the same instant. It's like the 99% of colleges that I know of always do that. So it's interesting. So I lived in Sam Houston Village. At Sam Houston, there's a plethora of different dorms and stuff like that. But this one is an apartment style dorm, which I put in big quotations because it wasn't that big. I didn't have any frame of reference, so I didn't feel that small at the time, but it was a little small from what I remember. Basically how it worked is most dorms here at Sam are the traditional shared bathroom with connected 2 large bedrooms with kind of a living space in it. And then those bedrooms then have 2 people living in it. So 4 people to basically a small complex. These, however, have a lot more luxuries a part of it. So like it has a kitchen, a very small kitchen. Yeah, a kitchen basically means in their eyes about this much counter space, and then a mini fridge that you have to share with somebody who really, really, really likes to drink cranberry juice. And I want to do a whole episode probably dedicated to stories with different roommates and stuff like that, but I want to bring guests on for that because other people have better stories than me, in my opinion. So I want to bring some people on for that. So we'll get to roommates eventually, just not in this episode. So yeah, it has like a little kitchenette and stuff like that, and some like cabinets, and but the rooms were interesting because there was 2 apartments that were available for freshmen. And by apartments, the only differences between the dorms and the apartments is the kitchen, a slightly bigger living space, and you get your own separate room within the apartment to be your actual bedroom, which is nice. It's a closed door, locked door, which is, as someone who is, I don't know, I feel like I'm a little more private. That's super nice. So yeah, it was kind of, it almost felt like a stubby hallway was really my like bedroom, and that my bed fit, and like the desk that was there, and that was about it. There wasn't a ton of room, not gonna lie. And yeah, quickly moved out of that my next year. Went to Bearcat Village, which, yes, it's confusing. Same as Village, Bearcat Village. It gets confused all the time. But Bearcat Village is only at the time, which is a different story now. At the time, was only allowed. Geez Louise, only allowing sophomores and up, so freshmen weren't allowed. So it was actually a better to live in dorm, in my opinion. But basically the exact same thing as Sam Houston Village, just a way bigger space. I'd say way bigger, but like just like a more grown-up version, where I'd say the bedroom was like maybe double the size. The living space was like double or triple the size. Better bathroom, stuff like that. And I really did like that dorm a lot, but it would eventually come to an end after living there at the exact same dorm for 2 years. I planned on living that dorm for 3 years throughout my entire college career, but Sam Houston does not take responsibility for this, and maybe I've missed something, but I don't fully blame them. But there's a lot of like rumor mill stuff behind this. But at the time, in last spring, I was looking to reestablish my my housing at that same dorm, but I never received an email for that, so I really wasn't thinking about that. I was focusing on classes, as one in college does, and one in college that, I mean, I want to try to get A's and stuff like that, so I'm pretty darn focused on my classes, so I never really focused on it too much. It wasn't until later in that semester I was like, oh, I bet that housing might be opening up soon. I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm sure it's opening up soon. So, yeah, it opened up like a month or two prior, and they just did not tell me. Went through my entire email, went through everything, and other than, I feel like the lighting is a little dark. Other than, they did nothing. Other than a couple little notifications on the website, you know, where we all check. Yeah, there was really nothing that I could have known that housing was going on. So I very quickly and very panically emailed me like, hey, I would like to still live at Sam Houston. What's going on? And they're like, well, registration for that's already closed. We really don't make exceptions. You can be put on a wait list, but you really don't know which dorm to be put in. So there's a theoretical chance I could be put back at Sam Houston Village at the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I'm in some multiplex dorm with a bunch of freshmen or whatever, which would suck. So then I'm like, okay, well, can't live there anymore. And they also said, they didn't even mention the website. What they said was like, I think they said that you should go check the, you should have known, because there's posters available in the RA's office, which everybody knows. Everybody hangs out with the RAs in the RA's office. Of course. Why should I have made that mistake? So anyways, this is all alleged, and I cannot prove this whether or not, sure. And Sam Houston, don't come for me, because I don't think he'd come for me. Anyways, so now I live here, and there's no we, because it's a single apartment, which is the nicest thing in the world. So yeah, I live in one of the apartment complexes near Sam Houston, which is just a little bit of a walk away. It's actually about farther than where I was living at previously. And it's so nice, man. It's great. Living on your own, I definitely did enjoy the, I guess, kind of safety is the best way to put it, even though I didn't feel like threatened or in trouble or whatever. But having another person there is nice, just knowing that there's just another individual within the dorm that you could count on or whatever. But I never really felt that too much with any of my roommates. So, yeah, coming to live here didn't feel that different. But I definitely feel like this space is now, well, obviously it's not shared anymore, but it doesn't feel as, I don't know, foreign in some ways. Like there wouldn't just be a random item or stuff that I don't want to be there, or stuff in the sink, like dishes and whatever. Like I go through and do everything in my space and my order. I keep everything very clean. I probably just need to dust a little bit, but I'm a little bit of a clean freak when it comes to just keeping everything nice and tidy. And I really couldn't do that much with a roommate. So, but yeah, I think that's generally everything. Also, decoration. Oh, I want to mention decoration. So over the years, I've had different types of decoration. I have. I'm actually gonna open this door up real fast. So in here, you can actually see kind of the posters. I've always had these Ruby posters up in my dorms over the years, and you can actually see one of them right there. But I normally have them in order, like Ruby, Weiss. I have a Volume 9 Ruby poster that is signed by everybody in the cast, which is the coolest thing in the world. But that's always been a part of my like decorations, which keeping like a space warm helps me concentrate. Like keeping it homely is so nice to me. But I've slowly changed it over the years and added more things and removed stuff. But I will reveal more of that as we move around the apartment. I do plan on looking and moving around the apartment over the course of 1 more minute. I'm not going to sit here with the exact same background for the rest of eternity. So, but you'll see more of it as there's some more anime posters and there's some more cool objects and stuff like that around here. But yeah, also I have my 3D printers here as well, so I will continue making stuff, and I do want to make a video going over, once I finish a couple more props, I want to go over some videos explaining how those props are made and stuff like that, because fingers crossed, I'm gonna make a couple videos about 3D printing, and then I'm gonna submit an email to Bamboo Labs and hopefully get a sponsorship video or something like that. Like they just send me some filament and I make something with it. It'd be so cool to get my first sponsorship deal with being under 1,000 subscribers. I think that'd be really funny. But yeah, I think that's generally everything when it comes to apartment stuff. I think living on your own is a lot of fun. And it definitely allows for at least for me, I like the expression of my apartment / dorms, where there's space that are completely and wholly both my responsibility, but completely under my control. There's nothing about this apartment that I haven't done personally and haven't changed about it personally. Like this is just another part of me and another expression of me. And I would love, like, if I had like an infinite budget, I'd like go through and like have like a different couch and different desk and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm a college student that could barely afford these posters, but yeah, I think it's a lot of fun being able to express yourself in a 3D space, not just in Minecraft, but in real life, and as more of a creative person as well. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm excited for this new era of 1 More Minute, as we're gonna be here in the apartment, different environment changing, different lighting changes. I didn't realize how dark I was on the side. I need to like pump more lighting over here. Maybe a couple more tripods with more ring lights, blast myself with light, make it blindingly light. I'm like, hey, welcome back to 1 More Minute. So, hopefully I didn't get cut off. Sometimes that happens.